Thank you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a volunteer, a simple soldier in the international fight to end the dictatorship and bring freedom to Iran. For 1,000 years, in ancient times, from Palestine to the hills of Albania to Gibraltar, when people met in street corners and homes, the proudest claim in all the world, civis Romanos sum, I am a citizen of Rome. Within the life of the oldest among us, from the Caspian Sea to the cafes of Tehran to the Indian Ocean and cities and towns, wherever men and women stand tall, the tallest among them will say, I was a resident of Ashraf. I never gave up. I never gave in. I am an Iranian who always lived free. That is Ashraf. Today, what began with a single woman is now a chorus of voices all around the world. To those of you in Iran who, at the risk of your lives, listen to us on radios or on flickering television screens or on devices in your hands, it is your time. We are ready. It is your moment. To the students, if you have not joined a brigade of resistance yesterday, join it today. If you do not join today, join tomorrow. But do not be a witness to history. Take your lives in your own hands. To those in the diaspora, the Iranian community from Germany and France to Canada and America, the future is now. We have a common cause to restore the dignity of the Iranian nation, the freedom of the Iranian people, and build a secure freedom of liberty. There is only one organization that promises the destruction of the regime, the building of a democratic future that can muster the resources, make the sacrifices, and restore the nation. That organization is the POMI, and its leader is Madame Rajavi. Gathered here today is what the regime could not buy: the respect, the dignity of other nations. I am proud to be here among the delegation of my own nation. Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives, North, East, and West. And in the most distinguished group of United Americans it has ever been my pleasure to join, committed to one common cause: the destruction of this regime now.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Bob. He's absolutely... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It really is. Thank you, and particularly to the people who live here in Ashraf. These are the people that when history is written about this tragic part of Iranian history, these are the people who will be the freedom fighters who delivered your people from bondage and oppression with your blood, your tears, your lives, your consciences. Many, many of your loved ones slaughtered by the murderers in Tehran. You'll be the freedom fighters. You'll be the ones who lead your people to freedom, and you will be honored forever in Iranian history and in the history of those who love and are willing to die for freedom. God bless you, and thank you. This organization has grown and grown and grown, and I feel in this room today a kind of optimism that I don't remember feeling before when we were in Paris. I feel an optimism, maybe because you've done a miracle here in Ashraf. If we were to build this in New York City, it would take 15 years and 14 corruption investigations. You built it in a few months. I was here a year and a half ago. This wasn't here. The great building across the way wasn't here. The beautiful lodge that you have. You've even had a room for me. And of course, all of this is possible because of the leadership of Maryam Rajavi, a truly exceptional leader. Just like her husband, Masoud Rajavi, who began this movement in one very brave act. He refused to swear allegiance to the supreme leader, Khomeini, to his face. He said, "No, I will not swear allegiance to you. I will not deliver my nation to a tyrant." Posing as a religious leader. What sacrilege, a religious leader, a murderer, with hundreds of thousands of people who he's murdered, their blood on his hands, and invoking religion. My goodness. Aren't we now at the point in history when we can all stand up and say, no more murders, no more crimes, no more oppression. You have to go. So I'm here to say three things. First, I accuse them. I accuse the Ayatollah and Rouhani and all of their sycophants and followers. I accuse them of murder. Not just murder, mass murder, crimes against humanity. How can we tolerate this and look at ourselves in the mirror? How can we live with this? 40 years of mass murder, 40 years of crimes against humanity, and our nations are supposed to stand for freedom and democracy and decency? We should be embarrassed for our countries if they haven't stood up against this. There's no middle ground here. These people have killed at least 120,000 members and associates of this great organization. 120,000 at least. You see the book. You go through the wonderful exhibit that they have, the sad, tragic, but heroic exhibit they have of the martyrs to freedom. Well, that's a nice way of saying it, but these people were slaughtered. Look at the photograph of the people in the infirmary being treated for illness. Slaughtered just a few years ago. Killed, 51 of them. Of the last 100 people who stayed at Ashraf, they tried to wipe them all out. They came in one day with machine guns, and they killed 51 people in one day. In 1988, in 2 months, they slaughtered 30,000 people. These are not numbers. These are human lives. Where's our decency? when we don't stand up against this, when we just listen to this and watch it on the evening news, and it doesn't get us angry, it doesn't get us upset, it doesn't get us so angry that we're willing to act. So there are three things that we have to do. Number one, we have to get the governments of Europe to stand up, to wake up, to reclaim their dignity and their honor. How? How can the leaders of those countries turn their back on mass murder? How can they do it and live with themselves? It's time to end that shameful disregard. There's no statute of limitations on murder. There's no ability to say, oh, it was only, it was 30 years ago that we killed 20,000 people. I prosecuted 2 Nazis 40 years after their horrible deeds. One killed 20,000 people, the other killed 12,000 people, and we found them, and it took years, and we brought them to justice. We brought them to the penalty they deserved, which in their case was death. The people who slaughtered 30,000 people in 1988 should be identified, they should be prosecuted, and they should either be imprisoned for life or executed. They're criminals, they're murderers, they're not leaders of countries. They are no better than the murderer in the street, except they're worse because they're mass murderers. We can't tolerate that if we want to preserve freedom and decency and democracies for our countries. So stand up, leaders of Europe. Stand up in Germany. Stand up in France. Stand up in the United Kingdom. Stand up in Italy and Greece. If you gave us democracy and freedom, if you expanded it for us, then don't abandon democracy and freedom now and be a disgrace to your nation. We don't allow people to be slaughtered the way the tyrants in Iran have slaughtered people. Well, I say to the leaders of Europe, you can be liberators too. You can go down in history as fighters for freedom. Isn't that better than just running a government and making money and money and money and more money and giving blood money to Iran? How can you do commerce with them? We all know they're the largest sponsor of terrorism in the world. But we say it like a phrase, the largest sponsor of terrorism in the world. What does that mean? That means they fund and they supply murderers, not only in their own country, but all over the world. And when you give them money, when you relieve them of a debt, which my government did in the prior administration, and put over $1 billion back in their hands, you are supporting murder. What do they use? They don't use it on their people. Their people are starving. Their people know that when they get money, when a French company or a German company does business with them, that money, that profit, is going to be used to kill people in Syria, or to kill people somewhere else, or to send people to Albania to kill us. That's what they're funding. Don't you realize it? Are you so blind that you don't realize you are funding murderers? That makes you complicit in murder. We don't allow people to fund murderers. When we're free, we'll tell you how many people who funded the mafia we put in jail and took away their money and took away their businesses. They weren't the murderers. They just funded it and profited from it. Well, wake up. When you buy oil from Iran, you are funding murder. Face it and stop it. Number two, let's make it clear, if we have to sit over and over again and prove it, there is an alternative to this horrible regime of terror. This isn't. This isn't one of those situations in which we have the choice of deposing a horrible dictator and we don't know if a more horrible one will come along. Right? I mean, we saw that happen. We saw it happen in Egypt. In some ways, we saw it happen in Libya, where Rajavi, a coalition of resistance organizations, respected throughout the world. There were representatives of most of the major countries in the world here. They've gotten to know her. They've gotten to respect her. In my country, she's thoroughly respected. She has more support in Congress than I would have, or Bob. There are people on our list that wouldn't even talk to me. A coalition of resistance organizations, respected throughout the world. There were representatives of most of the major countries in the world here. They've gotten to know her. They've gotten to respect her. In my country, she's thoroughly respected. She has more support in Congress than I would have, or Bob. There are people on our list that wouldn't even talk to me. A couple that wouldn't talk to him. But she brings them together. She's got support in all the countries I mentioned and a lot more. You don't usually have that in a situation like this. We usually have to do it blind. We have to say, and I think in the case of Iran, you would do it. These people are so bad. How could it be worse? How could it be worse than 30,000 murders in 2 months? How could it be worse than shooting down people in the streets today? This isn't a history. It's going on now. They're killing people now. Maybe they're killing somebody right now. So, but we don't have to say, well, what could be worse? We know there's something much better. We know there's a group of people who have been fighting for freedom all their lives, who have lost the closest people to them in the fight for freedom, who are dedicated to it. Oh, by the way, this is what they call a cult. Being dedicated to freedom, dedicating your life to free your people. Well, now you're a member of a cult. Well, maybe they don't recognize anymore because they've become so cynical and so greedy. Maybe they don't recognize idealism and decency and honor anymore. The people here at Ashraf, let's make it clear. We spent a lot of time with them the other night. These are people who are dedicated to freedom. And if you think that's a cult, then there's something wrong with you. There's something missing in your soul. But we know that there's a government in exile. It negotiates with the whole world, and it's written down, plain as it can be, what it stands for. And it looks just like our Bill of Rights, just like the Universal Declarations of Freedom and Decency and Human Rights enshrined in the great documents of the world. Free elections. Within 6 months is the promise. And I believe it'll be fulfilled. They built this place in like 3 months. They can do that in 6 months. I mean, they're miracle workers. Therefore, gender equality, therefore, human rights, therefore, a system of law, therefore, we don't imprison someone unless they have a fair trial. This is a decent organization. This is a good organization, and it's an organization that is ready, willing, and able not to take over Iran, but to guide Iran to elections as quickly as possible. This is a group that we can support. It's a group that we should stop maligning, and it's a group that should make us comfortable having regime change in the worst regime in the world. Last thing, what can you do? When people hear about things like this, they say to themselves, what can I do? I'm just one person. Here's what you can do. You can be a witness. Like in the biblical sense of a witness, you know something that a lot of people don't know. You know really how bad it is in Iran. You know about the murders, and you know about the continuing murders. And you know about MEK. And you know about Madame Rajavi. And you know the truth, not the lies, the cult. They don't have support in Iran. So why have the Ayatollahs been murdering them for 40 years if they don't have support in Iran? There'd be a lot better people for them to murder. How stupid can you be not to understand that? I mean, now they actually say it, they're so desperate. The Ayatollah, Rouhani, have said that this organization is the only one that's really a danger to them. Well, we should recognize that. We understand that. So you can be a witness to that. You can write, you can speak, you can organize. Be a part of it. You know, sometimes there are big questions that determine the rest of your life to get presented to you. You know, you see a man maybe being beaten in the street. Do you walk away, or do you step in and try to protect the man or the woman? And I know I've done that occasionally, and boy, do I feel proud of myself when I don't walk away. I don't know how I would feel if I did. Well, when you face, you now have a responsibility because of your knowledge. You know about the atrocities, the crimes against humanity being committed by this regime. Don't be euphemistic about it. Don't hide your eyes. You are being asked to do something. Well, you can turn your back, like the leadership in Europe has done, hopefully no more. You can always redeem yourself. You can always change it. You can always offer new leadership. But you shouldn't turn your back. You've got to go, and you've got to spread the word however you can. You've got to get the leaders of your country to stand up so you can all be proud of your country and its heritage. You've got to get your family members to stand up. And when you see the lies about us, stand up. I get attacked, and my colleagues who will be here in a moment get attacked all the time in America. Oh, terrible things about us, why we're doing this. We're doing it really very simply because we love freedom, and we can't turn our back on people who are being treated this way. And we can't turn our back on a situation that could be catastrophic for them and catastrophic for the world. But they ascribe all kinds of terrible motives. You know what I say to them? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I wear it as a badge of honor. I support freedom. You support oppression. I support democracy. You support a dictatorship. I support decent people who share the values of decent governments, and you support mass murderers. Now, who's right and who's wrong? So keep criticizing and keep doing what you're doing, but I know and I feel, as I told you, as I conclude, optimism in this room, and I know why there's optimism in this room, because you know what I know. We're going to be in Tehran much sooner than all those cynics believe. We're going to have a celebration there much sooner than they believe. You know why? Jose! 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 We're ready! Get out of our way! God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
رودی جولیانی در مصاحبه با فاکس نیوز. در کنفرانس آلبانی 50 کشور شرکت کرده بودند و نماینده داشتند. رژیم ایران طی 40 سال مرتکب جنایت علیه بشریت شده. بارها مردم را در خیابانها کشتار کرده و 30,000 تن را در سال 67 در زندانها قتل عام کرده است. اکنون آلترناتیوی برای رژیم ایران وجود دارد. یک آلترناتیو که کار اصلی و سخت را آنها انجام می‌دهند. ما فقط باید از این جایگزین حمایت کنیم. شهردار رودی جولیانی در مصاحبه با فاکس نیوز راه حل مقابله با تهدید اتمی و جنگ افروزی رژیم آخوندی در منطقه را حمایت از آلترناتیو دموکراتیک رژیم آخوندی دانست.
Well, I have the benefit of having been in Albania for 4 days at a conference in which we had 50 nations represented, significant numbers of our military, including several general officers, a 4-star general, 2 4-star generals. And I saw significant video evidence of this, and I have a couple of interviews I want to show you. The protests in Iran are very significant.
By the way, that's
very
real.
Significant. I saw the video evidence of thousands of people in the street, and it's gone beyond just political protests. Taxi drivers, all the teachers in Iran went on strike. And this is fact. You can see it. You also see signs. I saw several signs of men selling their kidneys for $500 in order to feed their families. Now, remember, Iran regime has been in power for 40 years. They have committed hundreds of thousands of crimes against humanity, slaughtering people in the street. I have seen pictures of 120,000 of those people. I have a book at home that has 20,000 of them, all listed and completely authoritative. I also can tell you that in 1988 they killed 30,000 people in 2 months. And since Rouhani has been in office, they've killed almost twice as many people as Ahmadinejad did. So this man is another murderer, a mass murderer. These people commit crimes against humanity, and Europe gives them money. And we gave them over $1 billion. That $1 billion went to kill people. And Obama and Biden should be ashamed of themselves for doing that. There is an alternative. The MEK is an alternative. The NCRI is an alternative to the government, and they're willing to go in there and do the tough work. All they need is our support. And if they test them, they're going to be very, very. They're going to regret it. He can take them out in significant ways and also set their economy back 10 years, and they can't stand that right now.
You know, it's funny.
سوز دل کیهان ولی فقیه ارتجاع از خواب عمیق مسئولان فرهنگی و فضای مجازی ولایت و نفوذ مجاهدین تا قلب خانه ها. کیهان خامنه‌ای در هراس از اقبال مردم و جوانان از مجاهدین متقاضی مرصاد دیگری در فضای مجازی علیه حضور مجاهدین شده و نوشت: حضور مجاهدین در فضای مجازی مرصادی دیگر می‌طلبد. کیهان ارتجاع در این رابطه نوشت: احتمالاً باید شما هم تصاویر واحد جنگ سایبری مجاهدین در آلبانی را که در روزهای گذشته منتشر شد و بازتاب‌های زیادی داشت دیده باشید و متوجه حضور این گروه در فاصله نزدیک و در کنار دست فرزندانمان شده باشید. امروز به دلیل خواب عمیق مسئولان فرهنگی و فضای مجازی کشور تا قلب خانه‌هایمان نفوذ کرده و تأثیرگذاری می‌نمایند و این یکی از صدها معضل فضای مجازی غیر استاندارد کشور است. کیهان ولایت افزود: همین مجاهدین در فضای مجازی به راحتی جولان داده و می توانند افکارشان را ترویج کنند و مغز جوانان و نوجوانان ما را تحت تأثیر قرار دهند. تنها در این واحد 1500 نفر شبانه روز در حال پمپاژ افکار به مردم هستند. در کنار این کاربری‌های مجازی، هزاران هزار ربات به انتشار مطالب آنها مبادرت می‌ورزند. حساب‌هایی که در روز بیش از 1000 توییت ارسال می‌نمایند، یعنی هر دقیقه یک پست، حتی از رسانه‌های رسمی هم اثرگذاری بیشتری می‌یابند. آنچه بر شدت این وضعیت می‌افزاید آن است که صاحبان پیام‌رسان‌ها و شبکه‌های اجتماعی حمایت حداکثری را از محتواهای مجاهدین به عمل می‌رسانند. کیهان ارتجاع سپس می‌پرسد: چگونه اسناد بالادستی در حوزه فضای مجازی خاک می‌خورند و مسئولان طبق سلیقه‌هایی که بعضاً تعارض آنها با منافع ملی کشور آشکار است عمل می کنند. آیا اگر ما خودمان صاحب فناوری بودیم و پیام رسانهای داخلی را تقویت کرده بودیم، این گونه وابسته به دشمنانمان می شدیم که باعث خیال باطل آنها شویم و تروریست های نشاندار با فرزندانمان ارتباط گیرند؟ چرا دست دشمن را در فضای مجازی باز گذاشته ایم تا حدی که امام خامنه‌ای می گویند هر کاری می خواهند در اینجا انجام می دهند؟
با سلام، اخبار این ساعت را ادامه می دهیم. مراسم حج و آیین‌های زیارت خانه خدا در مکه مکرمه آغاز شد. خبرگزاری فرانسه گزارش داد به رغم تنش‌ها در منطقه 2.5 میلیون زائر در مراسم حج امسال شرکت دارند. صبح جمعه زائران خانه خدا اولین روز مناسک حج را در منی برگزار کردند.
القوم وكنا لحكمهم شاهدين ففهمناها سليمان وكلا آتينا حكما وعلما وسخرنا مع داود الجبال يسبحن والطير وكنا فاعلين وعلمناه صنعة لبوس لكم لتحصنكم من بأسكم فهل أنتم شاكرون ولسليمان الريح عاصفة تجري
دبیرخانه شورای ملی مقاومت طی اطلاعیه‌ای درباره اعدام 46 زندانی طی 5 هفته توسط حکومت آخوندی اعلام کرد دژقیمان خامنه‌ای 39 زندانی را در ماه ژوئیه و 7 زندانی دیگر را در اولین روزهای ماه اوت اعدام کردند. این اعدام‌ها در زندان‌های بیرجند، گوهردشت کرج، کاشان، خنداب، ماهشهر، کلاردشت، ارومیه، نور، مشهد، مهاباد، زنجان، میناب، بندرعباس، بروجرد، شیراز، تبریز، گرگان، دسفول، رشت و کرمانشاه صورت گرفته است. مقاومت ایران، کمیسر عالی و شورای حقوق بشر و شورای امنیت ملل متحد را به محکوم کردن موج اعدام‌ها در ایران و اتخاذ تصمیمات لازم الاجرا علیه دیکتاتوری آخوندی فراخواند.
ادامه خبرها. در پی تماس‌های تلفنی امانوئل ماکرون با حسن روحانی، رئیس جمهور آمریکا اعلام کرد در وضعیت گرفتاری جدی مالی که رژیم ایران دارد، رئیس جمهور فرانسه به آنها علائم اشتباهی می‌دهد. دونالد ترامپ نوشت: رژیم ایران گرفتار مشکلات جدی مالی است. آنها صبرانه خواهان گفتگو با آمریکا هستند، ولی از طرف همه کسانی که ادعا می‌کنند نماینده ما هستند، از جمله ماکرون، رئیس جمهور فرانسه، به آنها علامت‌های اشتباه داده می‌شود. ترامپ افزود: من می‌دانم که امانوئل ماکرون همانند همه افراد دیگر حسن نیت دارد، اما هیچ کس غیر از ایالات متحده به نمایندگی از ایالات متحده صحبت نمی کند. هیچ کس به هیچ صورت و روش یا نوعی مجاز به نمایندگی ما نیست.
سخنگوی وزارت خارجه آمریکا در واکنش به شایعه دعوت روحانی توسط ماکرون به اجلاس G7 در بیاریتز در فرانسه اعلام کرد شایعاتی که در این رابطه مطرح شده نادرست است. وی روز پنجشنبه در پاسخ به سوالی در این باره گفت: اینها شایعات است و معلوم نیست که به چه دلیلی روحانی باید به آنجا دعوت شود. سخنگوی وزارت خارجه آمریکا در پاسخ به این سوال که با توجه به تحریم ظریف رژیم آخوندی چگونه میتواند با آمریکا مذاکره کند اظهار داشت: خامنه‌ای و به روحانی باید مقدمتاً به فکر متوقف کردن فضای وحشت و ارعابی باشند که در منطقه ایجاد می‌کنند. در صورتی که آنها بخواهند در خصوص چگونگی رفتار مثل یک حکومت معمولی و برگشتن به صحنه جهانی صحبت کنند، آنها دقیقاً می‌دانند که به چه کسی باید زنگ بزنند و آن شخص رئیس جمهور ترامپ است. یادآوری می‌کنیم شایعه دعوت روحانی به اجلاس G7 روز چهارشنبه توسط یک منبع دیپلماتیک فرانسه نیز تکذیب شد. رویترز در این باره نوشت: یک مقام فرانسوی تکذیب کرد که ماکرون روحانی را به G7 دعوت کرده است.
آخوند احمد خاتمی عضو هیئت رئیسه خبرگان ارتجاع با نگرانی از گرایش جوانان به مجاهدین گفت:
اون جوانهایی که با مسجد محشور بودند، با دین محشور بودند، با روحانیت محشور بودند، اینا نلغزیدند. بعد از انقلاب اطراف گروهک ها نرفتند، اما اون جوانهایی که ارتباطشون با دین ضعیف بود صید گروهک های منحرف شدند. گروهک سازمان منافقین خلق بلعیدشون، گروهک های دیگر.
در جمعه بازار ولایت فقیه در مشهد، آخوند پناهیان از مهره‌های خامنه‌ای باند روحانی را به خاطر شکست برجام مورد حمله قرار داد.
عقل و تجربه رو زیر پا نباید گذاشت. تجربه به ما گفت برجام خسارت محض بود. باز میگن که ما برگردیم دوباره امضا میکنیم. بعضی ها میگن ما فرصت مذاکره رو هیچ وقت از دست نمیدیم. مذاکره فرصت نیست، مذاکره تهدیده. مذاکره عامل تخریب و عامل نفوذ و عامل تشدید تحریم هاست. تجربه اینو میگه. دین و ایمان نمیخواد فهم این چیزا. محکم بایست بگو تجربه به ما نشان داد برجام کار غلطی بود. ما نمیخوایم این کسانی که فرزند انقلاب هستن ملعون بشن در تاریخ.
ادامه خبرها از سیمای آزادی تلویزیون ملی ایران. به گزارش آسوشییتد پرس، یک دیپلمات آلمانی که قرار بود ریاست اینستکس، سازوکار مالی اروپایی برای تجارت با رژیم آخوندی را به عهده بگیرد، بعد از انتشار گزارش‌های پیرامون دفاع وی از برنامه موشکی رژیم ایران از این شغل کناره‌گیری کرد. وزارت خارجه آلمان تایید کرد که روز سه‌شنبه بعد از گزارشی که روزنامه آلمانی بیلد منتشر کرد، برند اربل اطلاع داده است که از پذیرش ریاست اینستکس معذور است.
به نوشته رسالت آخوندی، حداد عادل از مهره‌های خامنه‌ای گفت: وقتی مذاکرات برجام شروع شد ما اعلام کردیم که دلواپسیم، اما ما را مسخره کردند و اسم خود را هم دلارام گذاشتند. با دشمن میخندیدند و به ما اخم میکردند، اما امروز ثابت شد که حق با دلواپسان بوده است. روزنامه حکومتی سیاست نیز با اشاره به این حرف روحانی که گفته بود ظریف مجتهد سیاسی است نوشت: برجام دستاوردی نبود که نیاز به آن تقدیر ویژه داشته باشد یا به خاطر تحریم هایی که آمریکا علیه ظریف کرده به او لقب مجتهد سیاسی بدهند. این همان خسارت محضی است که ولی فقیه همگان را از آن برحذر داشته است.
در همین حال روزنامه حکومتی آرمان از باند روحانی نوشت: دولت ترامپ چه بسا در گام بعدی دفتر نمایندگی دائم ما در سازمان ملل را هدف تعرضات جدی‌تر خود قرار دهد و حتی در اقدامات آتی با توسل به ترفندهای حقوقی تلاش کند کلیت دستگاه دیپلماسی نظام را نامطلوب و نامشروع اعلام کند.
یک رسانه باند روحانی هشدار داد دولتمردان باید بدانند و در جریان باشند که آستانه تحمل مردم ناشی از کاهش ارزش واحد پول، کاهش ارزش دارایی‌هایشان و گرانی‌های افسار سیخته خیلی وقت است از حد مجاز گذشته است. اگر مسئولان اصرار دارند که بگویند صبرشان در برابر بی‌تعهدی اروپا تمام شده، باید بگوییم که صبر و حوصله مردم نیز از این مشکلات اقتصادی و فسادها به سر رسیده و البته این نارضایتی‌ها دودش به چشم نظام و دولت می رود.
آخرین خبر این ساعت. وزارت خارجه آمریکا درباره بیانیه مشترک این کشور با ترکیه در مورد برقراری یک منطقه امن در شمال شرق سوریه اعلام کرد. گفتگوهای ارتش آمریکا و ارتش ترکیه در آنکارا این را امکان پذیر کرد که یک سازوکار پایدار نظامی برقرار شود که به نگرانی‌های ترکیه و آمریکا می‌پردازد. سخنگوی وزارت خارجه آمریکا گفت یک مرکز عملیات مشترک آمریکا ترکیه در ترکیه راه اندازی خواهد شد که به برنامه‌ریزی و اجرای طرح ادامه دهد. بینندگان عزیز، اخبار این ساعت در اینجا به پایان می‌رسد.
خدا نگهدار همه شما.